Howdy. Today, I'm going to be talking about permanent supply shocks. But first, it is important to understand what the long-run aggregate supply curve is. The long-run aggregate supply curve is the relationship between price level and output that would be supplied. Price can change along the long-run aggregate supply curve, but output cannot because that reflects the full employment output. This makes the long-run aggregate supply curve perfectly vertical. The long-run aggregate supply curve sits at the equilibrium output and the price of the economy at full employment. The thing that shifts the long-run aggregate supply curve includes changes in productivity and changes in the quantity of inputs. Everything that shifts the long-run aggregate supply curve also shifts the short-run aggregate supply curve. However, not everything that shifts the short-run aggregate supply curve shifts the long-run aggregate supply curve. In the long run, prices of final goods and inputs change in the same proportion. If a permanent supply shock were to occur, it would affect both output and price in the long run. Productivity changes in technology, human capital, and efficiency, as well as inputs such as labor, capital, and natural resources, can lead to changes in the long-run aggregate supply. For example, a positive permanent supply shock, such as an increase in labor, would shift the long-run aggregate supply curve to the right, leading to an increase in output and a decrease in price level. This is because the shock allows the economy to permanently increase the amount of the product able to be made as well, which allows the price to decrease. A negative permanent shock, such as a hurricane that destroys capital, would shift the long-run aggregate supply curve to the left, decreasing the output and increasing the price. This is because they are able to produce less, which makes the price more expensive. Shifts in the long-run aggregate supply curve make an intersection with the aggregate demand curve to get the new equilibrium price level and output. So, on a graph, the only thing needed is the aggregate demand curve and the long-run aggregate supply curve in order to determine the new output and price level.